Hi guys, for IGN, I'm Luke Carmali, and joining me today is a very special guest because in front of me I have, well, it's only a dummy, well, technically it's a dummy box. It's a prototype model for the Xbox One, but this is the final design that you will recognize in its lovely shiny matte black. So yeah, this is the Xbox One. The first thing that I'd probably say about it is actually up close it looks a lot better. When I first saw it, I was a bit kind of skeptical about these vents. I thought they looked a bit kind of tacky, but in actually up close, it is a very well put together bit of kit. So we'll just kind of have a look around the various different things on the device. So you've got your eject button there next to the disk drive, the power button there. There's a USB port there. That's only one there, but there are another two on the back. So let's explore the joys of the back. So we start from here. So this is obviously power cable there, then HDMI out, the optical for audio, HDMI in, another two. These are USB 3 ports as well, another two of them. That is the connect point, which you can see there. And we do have connect as well, which we'll be showing you in a minute. An infrared out, the Ethernet cable slot, and something that looks like a serial cable slot. So there you go. So it's quite sleek, and it's not massive at all. It's like, you know, it's kind of normal, to be honest. For everything we're on about next gen, it's not that much bigger or heavy at all. Like we've been saying before, the first version of the consoles this generation seemed almost better designed than the ones last generation. They're, you know, sleeker. So there's that. But we also have some older models of the Xbox 360 that we are now going to bring to the picture to give you an idea. So there we go. This is IGN's Xbox 360 Elite in matte black, and as you can see, it's slightly smaller. It's a lot heavier as well. I'd just like to point out. And then the other one we have is the Xbox 360 S, which is our debug edition. So that is a lot smaller, as you can see. These versions didn't arrive for several years after the release, so this is the first one. Would expect a reworked Xbox One to be announced probably, or maybe a couple of E3s after launch. So this was no means the end of what the Xbox One's going to look like. But you know, it's a more powerful machine. It's got a lot of stuff in it, especially all the extra stuff it needs to make stuff like, you know, the Kinect work. When I saw it, I thought it was quite large, but in actual fact, it's no bigger really than the one for the 360. If I put it in front, you can see pretty similar. So there you go. It is slightly kind of thicker. I don't know, it feels more robust, it feels kind of better built, which I guess is kind of the whole thing. And also there is a nice connection between, you know, the vents there and the vents there. It does you can tell it's a peripheral that was designed. It's not only functional, but it looks good. So the only other thing we have today is the controller, the Xbox One controller, which, as you can see, it's a lot smaller than the original Xbox 360 controller, but it's around the same size as the revamped one. It feels really nice. You know, they've banged on about the ergonomic redesign to make it fit nicely in your hands, and it really does feel it. The triggers in particular are very nice. As you can hear, they're quite soft. They don't make a lot of noise, but they have rumble feedback. So when you're playing games like COD, pulling the trigger, you know, in theory could make the trigger vibrate on here to give you feedback, like recoil, that kind of stuff. Really cool. The one thing that I'm a little bit unsure of, but this is true of the current Xbox 360 controller as well, you can hear that these shoulder buttons are they're not very satisfactory. They don't really go down very far and they're quite loud. That's my only qualm with this. It is a very, very well designed controller. Again, just to give you a size comparison, there you go. So this is the revamped Xbox 360 controller. So there you have it. That is Microsoft's Xbox One. So that's going to be available in 13 territories on November the 22nd. So if you want to get one, pre-order now, especially as they've just released a new batch of Day 1 editions. Now for everything else Xbox One, be sure to stay right here on IGN.